You're watching Buy or Sell. We're doing a decent job of working our way back to recovery. The markets have recovered most of its losses now. We still trade in negative territory, but pretty much at the day's highest point, recovered over actually about 350 odd points from the day's lowest point. The Nifty also at 5,061, down about 57 points only. So a lot better than the rest of the world. Broader markets are also looking a little weak, but there has been an improvement and recovery coming through across the board. Well, that's of course of how the markets are looking, but we've now got the management of Omaxe, Sumit Arora, Vice President in Investor Strategic Relations of Omaxe Limited, joining us on the phone line from Delhi to take us through his numbers. Thanks, Sumit, for joining us this morning on NDTV Profit. Sumit, good set of numbers on the face of it. Can you take us through broadly the picture?
Yeah, sure. Actually, if you would observe, there's a 30% jump in the top line. However, the PAT margins are reduced by a slight margin, and the reason for that is the cost of funding. The cost of finance has taken a toll, and this year we have seen more proportion of interest which is charged to P&L than capitalized in project compared to previous quarter. So for that reason, there has been impact on PAT margins, but generally speaking, the things have been good. And we have seen for the past quarter that the commercial demand has also started picking up, which wasn't the case previous year. And the housing built-up housing is doing a bit slow because of the interest rate scenario. But in Tier 2 markets, we are still quite happy. We have sold almost 2.62 million square feet in the first quarter. This is a new bonus and spread over around 40 projects actually. Most of the sales have come in from top 12 projects, and we expect that trend to continue, and the whole of the year should be around 10 million square feet of sales.
Sumit, also your PAT is down by 8% year on year. Could that be attributed to a jump in interest costs? What is the reason for that coming off quite heavily?
Okay, so the reason for jump in interest costs, I'm sorry?
Yeah, why has your PAT come down by 8%? What is the reason for that?
Okay, the reason is simply because the interest cost has increased by almost 150 basis points in past 12 months period. However, we have reduced the debt by a significant sum, but the cost of interest has gone up, and the interest which is charged to P&L, the proportion of that has also increased, because in real estate, typically the interest is divided into two components. Part of the project loan interest is capitalized to operating cost, and part of general corporate loan is charged to P&L. So as of now, most of the corporate loans are there, and the interest of that is charged to the P&L, which have a direct impact on the profitability.
Sumit, let's step back and try and focus on the execution. Can you take us through what were the major launches that you did in the first quarter? Has the focus been more towards execution rather than new project launches?
Sure. We have launched around 1.16 million square feet of new projects in the first quarter. That spread over 5 projects. And most of those projects have got very good response as well. However, I'm talking about execution. We have offered around 2.4 million square feet to our customers as offer for possession, and the delivery and execution has remained our target for a long time now. Last whole year we delivered almost 22 million square feet FY11, and this year also our target is to do a similar number. So whatever projects we launched 3.5 years back are all set for delivery this year. Previous year, there was quite a bit of it, and remaining will be this year.
Right. Sumit, what about impact of higher interest cost? I know not from a P&L point of view, but from the end consumer side, are you witnessing clients perhaps delaying new deals? Is there a slippage that you're witnessing in demand because of the higher interest rates? What's happening on the ground?
Sure. See, in case of built-up housing, where we sell apartments, there has been definitely some correction in terms of demand. I won't say that the demand has vanished. Probably people are taking little longer to take decisions. These are long-term financial commitments for them, and they were just simply seeing that whether there is still scope of rate hikes, which we believe now there is hardly any scope, and probably now the interest will start coming back. But because we have a diversified portfolio, we have plots, we have low-rise housing, high-rise housing, so one or the other component compensate for it. So we have seen there is spurt in demand of plotted sales. Because India hardly people have any good investment avenues. And real estate being a tangible asset, people are quite comfortable, whether for own use, even for long-term use or investment, to invest into real estate.
Right.
The demand is quite good. However, for built-up units, you're right that people are taking little long to take long-term decisions.
So Sumit, is it safe to assume that for Omaxe as well, the focus would be on plotted sales? We've seen a couple of other real estate companies more aggressively driving plotted sales over the last couple of quarters. Would you be also looking to perhaps look at this segment more aggressively?
See, Ashutosh, Omaxe has been concentrating on this segment for past 2 years now, rather more than 2 years. Most of our projects are township projects spread over 200 acres to 1,000 acres of land parcel, where you have to have a significant component of plotted development. So places where we are very active, like Jaipur, Chandigarh, Lucknow, Palwal, Patiala, all these places have a significant component of plotted development any which ways. So when we say that 10 million square feet of sales for the whole of the year, we presume that almost 50% will come from the plotted development and remaining 50 will be built up.
All right, Sumit, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you with us. That's the management of Omaxe talking about the performance. We'll take a break right now, but Bianca is joining us on the news update.